Hello and welcome to another episode of Uploading Podcast. Stick around if you want to find out how to steal someone's homework without the teacher noticing. Hello Merrick, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. American cold medicine slaps.
Yeah. Merrick is a bit wonky in the head right now, and yeah. My name is Silas. I'm doing really fine. I'm doing better than Merrick at least.
Yeah.
I didn't take cold medicine. What's happening to you?
Oh, I'm using the pop filter to blow my nose.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I have to deal with many things before trying to record. It takes like what feels like half an hour of being like, oh, let's record now, and then until we actually start recording. I don't think that's good. Honestly, I don't think that's good. I'm going to say it on record now. Merrick, stop.
I think a lot of people take a half hour, maybe more in some cases. You might be doing good. That's professional. What things did you do? Let's talk about that.
Well, I'm just sitting here waiting until you stop screwing around. And you're like walking around and doing random crap and saying random weird things like some maniac.
So how have you been? What have you been up to other than school?
My room is the biggest project right now because this room is really shit. There's so much like random papers and cables and crap everywhere. That's basically what I spent my weekends on. Like, it's really bad. Like we've lived here for like 11 years now. I've not tidied this room up ever before, basically. So that is a ongoing project, but it's working.
I definitely I understand that wholeheartedly.
Bad thing is, there's like so much dust and crap everywhere. When I do tidy up, the dust goes flying around everywhere, and then my eyes really hurt. Which is why right now we're not doing video. The video is going to come back eventually, though, but not now. But in the near future.
Yeah, you don't want to watch me blow my nose into my pop filter.
Oh yeah, I've very much been enjoying Forza Horizon 5. That's also a thing that I've done outside of school.
Yeah, you got your wheel, right?
No, I will get one. I want to get one eventually. I don't have one yet. I'm fine with playing racing games with a controller, but I don't like it that much. But honestly, I don't think that really matters because Forza Horizon 5 is just that much fun to play.
You been playing anything else? I muted myself for that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I noticed. That's funny.
Yeah.
I haven't been playing anything else now. I've been doing coding things, but that's not playing. That's school.
Just the game of life.
That's what you play? You play the game of life?
Real edition.
Oh.
I got the new Fatal Frame remaster, but I still have not opened it at all.
I have no clue what that is. What is that?
It's a spoopy game. Unfortunately, they don't hit me very hard, but so it'll be the most boring stream you've ever seen of someone playing a horror game, but I don't know. Yeah. People like the horror games. I don't think Fatal Frame is very scary, really. The ghosts are a little twisted looking, but they're not very surprising. It's not a jump scary game in my opinion. There's just kind of ghosts everywhere and you take pictures of them in order to steal their souls.
That is very different from driving a car off a fucking volcano.
Yeah.
Good. That's nice. But now it's time to
it's
time to talk about Xbox backward compatibility. Won't add more games after today's massive update. This is, at this point, a few days old, from the 15th of November, where Xbox have added 70 games to the backwards compatibility program for the Xbox consoles. You know, where you can play Xbox 360 and original Xbox games and stuff in higher resolutions and with better frame rates and all of those things. Yeah, they've added 70 games, and also they've announced that they won't add new games ever again.
Why? I've been waiting for Jet Set Radio Future. I demand it.
Well, we have a quote right here from a Microsoft spokesman saying, yes, this is the final edition of Xbox 360 and original Xbox games to the backward compatibility program. We have reached the limit of our ability to add additional games to the catalog due to licensing, legal, and technical constraints.
And Azaric. Oh, I want to play Azaric.
I don't think this is that good. I mean, I don't think this is Microsoft's fault. I am 100% sure that this is like big publishers being like, oh, you want to make our game available at like 7 times bigger resolution than it was on the original Xbox and have it at 60 frames a second? And you're going to charge them, I don't know, $5 for it? No. I think that's companies being like very evil, trying to make more stupid remasters and ultimate versions. Like, I don't know, first game that comes to my mind when I think of Ultimate is actually Sonic Colors Ultimate. Because what makes them more money? Just porting over the game and having Microsoft run the game at a higher resolution, or making a completely new version and having to pay $60 for it again just because, oh, look, it's Sonic Colors HD now.
Seems to be the way to go.
I don't think this is good.
I'm upset that I can't ever play Azaric again. Or Jet Set Radio Future. All the ones that I would have been waiting for.
I mean, you can
are in the bin.
You can play them with an emulator, obviously, but
the emulator is poopy right now, I think.
Sometimes you won't get like the improvements that they have done. Like, they do a bit more than most emulators do in terms of like FPS boosts and frame rate, FPS and resolution boosts, and even adding on new filters and stuff. Theoretically, yeah, we can do that with an emulator, but I don't think we have exactly things like that now. And I don't know how well the Xbox emulators work now. It shouldn't be that hard, but I haven't looked into it. This is just a dick move. Really bad move, and I don't like it. I don't think this is Microsoft's fault. I actually kind of feel a bit sorry for Microsoft because this has been a big selling point, backwards compatibility for the Xbox One and the Series consoles. And I would hate if I had an actual Xbox Series S or something, and now they'd be like, oh, well, sorry, nobody's going to give us games anymore because they rather release them on their own.
I can't be too butthurt because I don't have any of the new Xboxes. My last one was a 360. So
yeah. I have my big old fat Xbox One, which I haven't used in like a year.
Yeah, mine stopped reading discs, and since then it just sat. I don't even think I have it anymore unless my parents have it. It's lost. It probably got left in one of the houses we moved out of when I was younger, I imagine.
I'm trying to find it right now, but there was this tweet, I think, from Phil Spencer, where he said that his goal eventually is legal emulation. You can just take basically any game and any emulator, just legally within constraints, just emulate it for free. I believe something like that. And I think that is a very good way to go. Just having like, I don't know, games expire or something. So after, I don't know, 20 years of having made money, companies can now go ahead or people can now go ahead and just get the ROMs for free now. That would be there's many solutions towards this and many ideas towards this, but giving companies more money, I don't think that's the solution.
I think at least buying the game is okay. Like, I don't know what the rules and stipulations are. I generally have both the system and the game before I goof with it, but I would imagine that if you already have a system capable of running said game and you buy the game, I feel like you should be in the clear from then on. I don't know, though. I don't know.
Where is it?
Because it is unfair of them to keep dishing garbage systems with old technology out for $700 when you could buy
The Xbox
Even the
Series
Walmart
is
pre-built
old now.
crap is, yeah.
The PS4 and Xbox One, they were old and crap when they came out, but now, consoles now, they are
They
fine.
have SSD, baby. Let's
Yeah,
go.
they have SSDs now and RDNA 2 graphics, which wasn't even out at that point for PC, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But charging like between $40 and $70 for an HD version with minimal changes for a game
Yeah.
that's like 20 years old, like, I don't know, the Mario 3D All Stars collection, for example. That's not good. Please stop doing this. I hate it. And I think most people hate it. And I see this very often that people are like, oh, well, I haven't played Super Mario 64 yet, so I'm going to buy the fucking collection now. No, that's not a good reason. It's still like a 30-year-old fucking thing.
Yeah. $20
That doesn't.
per game, though. That one, I could almost debate that into purchasable.
Yeah, but like,
But yeah, all the single games that are half built
at like
already.
the Spyro trilogy, completely remade graphics, remade game for like
Yeah.
$39.99, 3 games in one. It's the most beautiful thing. That doesn't, like, the All Stars collection does not compare to Spyro
Yeah.
or even the Crash
Yeah,
Bandicoot
Sony
one.
did a good there. Sony did a real
That's
good.
not from Sony, that's from Activision.
Well, yeah. They were on Sony. I don't know who made it or redid it or whatever. I only got the trilogy. I didn't get the Crash Bandicoot ones. Good stuff.
Time for a new topic. Yeah, we have another topic here, which is Russia blows up a satellite, creating a dangerous debris cloud in space.
I saw a hilarious meme on this.
Really?
Yeah,
What was
like
that?
after we got done talking
Yeah.
about it. So Putin's sitting there like in his office and he drops a pen. He's like, oh, and he's fumbling with it on his desk. He accidentally pushes the red button that sends the rocket up and destroys the satellite.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. That would be funny if that was true.
God, he would never admit it though.
Russia has used a ground-to-air missile to shoot down a shut-down satellite, a Russian satellite, which that I think is an insane and cool thing to do, because if you think about how fast a damn satellite moves, that's really insane. Can you do that, Marek?
Oh yeah.
You can aim
Yeah,
that.
not only can I build a rocket and set up a precision, very precise system to target said satellite, I can push the button after fumbling a pen.
Yeah.
That I'm really good at. I don't know about the other two things, but I can do that for sure. I know that part.
Yeah, you're
100%
like
accurate.
Yeah, after the recording, America's going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to do the joke of blowing my nose with the pop filter," but then he accidentally smashes his face on the nuclear launch button.
Yeah.
Oh no, not again! Oh no, satellite TV is gone. What am I going to do now?
I'm going to have to go on the news and say it was intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. It was obsolete. Now it is, at least.
The US has identified more than 1,500 trackable pieces of debris from this event and many thousands of smaller ones that cannot be traced. That actually is not good, because you don't want space junk. You don't want space junk. And I also don't think countries should be experimenting with shutting down satellites. This is clearly like a power move. They're like, holy shit, we can fucking do this to ourselves, so imagine what we can do to you.
Yeah.
There's multiple like pieces of tension right there.
Oh, look at that. Everyone lost cell phone service.
Apparently, the debris cloud passes by the International Space Station every 90 minutes. Not that good. And apparently, even the Russian astronauts on the ISS and the Russian space agency Roscosmos didn't even know that. They didn't even know that Russia, the country, was going to launch this fucking thing and put thousands of pieces of debris in space. If I was on the ISS, if I was a Russian cosmonaut there, and I was told like, oh, go into like a safe place now because new debris cloud has popped up randomly. And then eventually on Twitter you see like, oh look, Russia has done this. I would be concerned.
We would be looking out over the horizon and see an explosion and just be like, oh my God, we're next. Fuck. Because you don't know what's going on.
I don't think they detonated it next to the space station, though.
No, but where they're positioned, they'd probably be able to see it, I would imagine. If not a huge light or something.
Don't know where the ISS has windows because the satellite, I believe, was higher up, 100 kilometers higher up than the ISS is. I don't know if the ISS has windows pointed away
from 100 kilometers.
Well, yeah, but does it have windows pointed away from the planet though? Because
I'm sure that they have some sort of camera systems at like almost every inch of that place.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. To be clear, Russia is not the only country that has done ASAT tests, which is anti-satellite tests. The US and India and China all have done these before.
Satellite go brrr. Watch
this. That's what they thought, yeah.
What's that on camera 3? Oh, that satellite just exploded. Fuck. We're in space.
Okay, yeah.
One metal chunk hits this door over here that we need to repair still, and everyone goes flying out. I'd be scared to death already without that happening.
I mean, that is really scary. Yeah, it is. Like, literally, that's like the thing that you least expect. Somebody blowing up a random satellite from Earth. I think astronauts would be more happier to see like an alien ship attack a fucking like a planet or something rather than the people themselves trying to destroy satellite.
I remember when they like exposed that extraterrestrials were real and have visited Earth before. Did you ever see that?
What are you talking about with that? What do you mean? There's multiple things I can think of, but I don't know which one you mean now.
Oh, it was like I can't remember, CIA or something. They confirmed that extraterrestrials had visited Earth or whatever.
I mean, I remember from like
we got a couple of poopy videos.
Oh yeah, the Tic Tac video, for example, for that one, where it's literally just like heat vision camera and then like filming like birds or something, little dots moving around, which not UFOs. I mean, technically they are UFOs, but unidentified flying objects. Whenever somebody hears UFOs, they're always like, "Oh my god, extraterrestrial, alien, living people." No,
there's no way extraterrestrials would visit us.
I mean, maybe they have. I don't know, but if they have, I don't think the videos that the CIA have released actually show those, because there's a great video by what his name? This scientist dude. He has like degrees and stuff, and he works with science things. He very much often dunks on Elon Musk, which is why I mainly like to watch him. Oh yeah, Thunderfoot. You know Thunderfoot? Merrick?
No, I'm out of the loop.
Thunderfoot. Yeah, he's made like a really long video on those CIA videos.
Because I should have made that my name.
Those videos, they all include like other information. It's not just videos, but also like it has like data on top of it, like numbers and stuff, like what angle the camera is looking at, how much zoomed in it is, and how fast the plane is going, and all things like that. So you can analyze that, and then he's like, "Oh, look, we're looking at a duck flying around, and the other one is just another plane." ooh, not scary at all. He has I guess you can call his channel like a skeptic channel. Yeah, he does a lot of like busting of dumb things.
It is near impossible that life doesn't exist somewhere out there, but if they discovered space flight to that degree, I don't feel like I would feel like we would look primitive to them and would
Yeah,
not be worth
obviously.
visiting. Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, maybe that would be interesting to be like, oh, look, that was us 14 million years ago.
Yeah.
Potentially that,
Oh
but
my god.
we wouldn't even be able to communicate with them, most
Imagine
likely.
having the technology to fly within the gravitational pull of a black hole and then back out. They could literally go in just enough for time to pass a little bit faster on the outside
Yeah.
and then come right back out. They're like, wow, we were in there for what, 100 years? Jeez.
I mean,
They've nearly killed each other.
you don't even have to go in a black hole. You just need to go near it.
Yeah, within the gravitational pull. That
Yeah.
would be
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing. That would be really
Have
cool.
you
Just
watched
watch the universe
have you,
progress.
have you watched, is it called Interstellar?
Oh, I've watched so many space things. I love space
I think
things.
it is. Yeah, Interstellar. I've watched that recently, even though that's from
Oh, the
like
movie, yeah,
2014.
with Matt McConaughey. Yeah, Matt McConaughey.
The fucking Christopher Nolan film.
That was a
Who
great movie, though.
I don't know if I
It's
like
pretty
his
good.
films. Yeah, they go into like a black hole at the end there.
Yeah, that might have been the
Yeah,
first
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey film that I actually enjoyed
I
thoroughly.
thought that film
So,
was really awesome. It's really long, 2 hours and 49 minutes, but it's actually pretty cool. The only problem that I had with it was that I watched it with my mum, and usually that's fine and that's good, but this is the kind of like Hollywood film that has what I'm going to call fucking bad audio mixing, where it's like,
oh
oh,
yeah,
they
yeah.
always, where it's like they whisper and shit. That's what it seems like,
And
and
then
you're,
as soon as action hits, it's like
yeah.
boom,
And I
shakes your whole
understand
house with
why.
the sound.
I understand why they do this, because you're like supposed to like actually feel how loud shit happens and all things like that. Doesn't work well when you're watching this with somebody who doesn't hear very well, because
Yeah,
my mum has to turn it up really loud to even understand anything on normal TV, and with shit like this, that is insane.
and then the
That's
noise
not
happens,
good.
and you're about deaf.
She really did like to watch that film, because at the end she was like, I didn't understand most things. She had like no clue what was happening. Normally she likes sci-fi things and all that, but with this one, no. Also, what I think is funny, in the beginning of this film, they show like planet Earth in the future, where it's like really deserted and all crops are like failing to grow.
Yeah,
And all the things that those farmers always say is like, oh, well, next year we're gonna have loads of crops and things like that. They are all delusional. And then the day after I watched Interstellar, I watched some documentary about like how farming is fucking up the earth. How, I think it was in Canada, how they've been doing like wheat on these giant fields and only wheat. So now all the crops are not working anymore because there's like no nutrients left in the ground. And what happened? They did the fucking interview with the TV crew, and they were like, "Well, this year this year our harvest was bad, but we think next year is going to be really good." And at that point, I was like, "Holy shit! The fucking movie was real. God damn it,
yeah.
we really
I
are fucked."
I love it when movies can play into real life,
That's
potentially
exactly how
real life
humans work.
events. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
That's when it can
Obviously,
get
we
cut deep.
are not fucked yet, as fucked as we are in the film, but not that far away yet, or anymore. I'm going to say anymore. Yet it's the wrong word. I just thought it was funny how he said almost the exact same thing, like in the film. Ooh, not good. Not a good sign. Not a good sign for humanity. Okay, let's move on from the blowing the satellites. Hello and welcome to this great interruption. Yes, I'm very sorry. I've cut through your podcast now because I need to tell you, please follow my Twitter account at Watch Silence TV. America's also here, actually. I've brought him into the break. He's refusing to talk now because he thinks it's funny.
Oh, I just don't have Twitter. Yeah, I just don't have a Twitter.
No, okay.
Don't worry.
No, well, you can find it if you want, listeners.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
He doesn't use it. Neither do I, actually. Nowadays, but you can follow it. Thank you. Apple is finally becoming good, potentially. They have a new upcoming self-service repair program, which that's a
that
funny
constitutes name. Like the battery and else? The CPU?
Let me make a joke first. We need to. This is called the Apple Self-Service Repair Program. I'm going to call it the ASR program.
Got him.
Got him. I literally stole a joke from one show. Yeah, got him. Okay.
Yeah, right now it only consists of a few parts, but yeah, down the line,
we'll need to
make their full device.
I'll need to go through the basics first. Just shut up.
Okay.
ASR is set to launch in early 2022. And Apple will finally provide customers access to genuine Apple parts and manuals for do-it-yourself iPhone and Mac repairs, which I think is a good idea. Theoretically,
I thought you were for billions. Those parts are going to be expensive.
Well, yeah, we're going to see about that. I hope.
And then people are going to be like, "Oh, may as well get a new iPhone anyway," because
Apple says they'll make more than 200 individual parts and tools available for the iPhone 12 and 13 models in 2022. This is already the first part where I think it's kind of bullshit, because 12 and 13 are not old devices. Like, the 13 has come out like a month ago or two. And what's the thing that the number one thing people want to replace? It's the fucking battery, right? And the battery is not going to be dead or damaged after having owned this phone for like 6 months. So I don't think that's that good yet.
Yeah, unless you're really plugging in and unplugging before it's fully dead, then even then it's going to take a long time. Like a year, probably, at your best ability to destroy a battery.
I think this is a baseline good idea, though. Still, this is better than not having any parts. Like, if we go back and think about, again, Linus Tech Tips, not one show this time, but when they broke their iMac Pro and they wanted to fix it, and Apple would literally not send them a new motherboard. They wanted to buy a new motherboard because they fucked it up.
Yeah.
And Apple just refused to send them parts, which that is not good. If you're a company like producing films or podcasts or whatever, and then your machine breaks and Apple just would not give you any parts anymore, that is very bad for your business, because they're going to be losing a ton of money every day. People can't do the work that they are getting paid for.
There's also a huge argument to be made for e-waste.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you can't just replace one broken part. Instead, you have to throw away a whole system and buy a new one is ridiculous.
Yeah, when you like break your keyboard, and Apple would not just replace the keyboard, but also the top part of the chassis and, I don't know, speakers and random other crap that's just happens to be the rule that Apple has decided to like just send you the whole thing instead of just replacing the keyboard part itself.
Yeah, my G keyboard doesn't work. Apple's like, buy a new one, buy a whole new system because of your G key on your laptop on your MacBook Pro.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
maybe this is going to be fixed eventually, and I think this is a good step in the right direction. Every company should do this. I don't know how this works with other companies. Maybe, I don't know, Dell already does this, just using a random example. I don't know about that.
I'm sure they do.
It's fine.
I think Apple was like one of the last ones in line for this. It's about time that they start letting you replace some things.
I'm not going to say that because I just have no idea. I'm not going to say any bad things that might not be true.
I'm almost 100% sure that Apple's the only thing that doesn't let you replace parts. I don't know of any others that exist. I couldn't think of one, is what I will say. I can't think of a single one.
Depending how this program turns out to be, I am a lot more likely to eventually buy an Apple product because I like Mac OS, theoretically, and I like their computers, like especially the M1 Max chip. That chip is insane. Uses literally no power, and it is like performs better than a Core i7 or like the thickest AMD chips for laptops. That, like, the chip and the software is good, but I don't want to buy it. Well, okay, first because it's expensive, but also because you can't repair it. So maybe if this is good, I'm gonna try and like check out a fucking like a MacBook or something.
Yeah,
I've done
hopefully they
repairs
implement
on
it for
laptops
MacBooks
before.
as well.
Yeah, it says M1 Mac systems are coming as well for those 200 parts.
I haven't
I'm
used an
wondering what
Apple
else is.
product since iPod 4, I think. iPod Touch 4. And I liked jailbroken Apple products, but I didn't
I mean, you
care
don't need to
for
jailbreak a Mac.
it as
Mac
itself.
is already free.
Yeah.
I don't think I would buy an iPhone, but a Mac. I would buy a Mac.
Yeah, I'd consider.
I'm wondering what parts or what tools, because it specifically says they're promising more than 200 individual parts and tools. So I'm wondering what exactly they mean by that. Are we going to get an Apple screwdriver? Are we going to get like, you need like heat things, like a heat gun or like a heating pad or something to like remove the display because it's all glued in and stuff? Are we going to get like some crappy, I don't know, some Apple heat gun? That would be interesting.
I would imagine at least a screwdriver would be included, but I'm not sure about a heat gun. They probably assume if you're willing to replace parts, you probably already have a soldering iron or something.
Let's move on to our next topic, which is Streamlabs.
Ooh.
We both do streaming, kind of. Merrick?
Not with Streamlabs, but yes.
Yes. But we've heard of them, and I think I've used them at some point for some random feature that only Streamlabs had that I wanted to use, like back when Mixer was still around. I forgot what it was. I don't even know. There was like one feature of Streamlabs that I really used. At that
The only one I
like
can think of that I was actually interested in that I couldn't get on OBS was the scene switching preview, where you could see what your scene would look like before you actually switch to it. And then you could like while you're in BRB screen, you could set up what your live would look like.
That's literally in OBS Studio. That's just you press studio mode.
No, I do not see that in there. Are you talking about Streamlabs OBS?
No, I'm talking about OBS Studio, the normal one. It has a button that's called.
I don't have that, but mode. I have not updated since Vietnam. Sometime.
Oh,
I never update it, so it's probably I don't know.
I've never had I've never had Streamlabs OBS itself installed. I never used that. So I'm on my point. I'm talking about the Streamlabs website with their alerts and widgets and stuff. I'm actually looking into it right now just to see what it was. If I remember that, if I can see it.
Yeah, I used to use that for some stuff, but I don't think I do anymore.
Oh, I remember the jar. I used this jar thing where on Mixer they had these kind of like stickers for the channel. Or not for the channel, but on the platform, these stickers that people could put in the chat, and then I would just take that graphic from that sticker and put it in like a little jar with like physics, and it would look kind of funny. That's the only thing. The only thing. Something just fell down. Okay, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I used to use it for stuff like that, but I found a lot of OBS WebSockets and things like that from like GitHub that could do the same thing, and you could do it on your own.
But
And
just
I didn't really,
at that
I
point,
fell out of the stickers and most of the sound things, but
yeah, I don't think I used that for very long, but at that time I did. Now the problem now with Streamlabs is, which maybe you viewers heard of that before, but yeah, they have Streamlabs OBS, and they've called Streamlabs out, for example, for that, because apparently they asked OBS if OBS would allow them to use the name OBS, which stands for Open Broadcaster Software, in their own
yeah.
version of it. OBS apparently said, no, don't do that, and they did it anyways, calling it Streamlabs OBS, confusing everybody. I know people who talk to me for streaming stuff, like people who are like smart and older than me, and people who just got confused by it. They showed me this. I remember specifically one person who was like, oh, I want to stream on, I think it was actually like either Brime or Glimish or something, because he was like not a fan of Twitch. And he went into the Streamlabs OBS settings, and I was like, what is this? This looks completely different than OBS. Like, what kind of program is this? And then eventually, he told me, like, yeah, this is Streamlabs OBS, right? That's what you're supposed to use for streaming. And I was like, no, why? Don't use this. That's like the bad version. And then I explained what that is, because Streamlabs OBS is basically just the code of OBS, but then they've changed a few things, and then that's about it. Which you can do with OBS because it's open source. Everybody can take that, but don't take the name. Do not take the name, because that's just confusing.
It is kind of strange how like it does stand for Open Broadcaster Software, which could be used for almost anything, but the fact that they sort of cemented that in their own company first, I did think that Streamlabs was like working with OBS in order to make this thing, but I only ever did call it Streamlabs. To me, they were like two different things still.
Yeah, no, they are not working together.
Not in cahoots.
Not at all.
Confirmed.
It's just copied code. And then also, some other companies have called out Streamlabs as well. Like, for example, we have Lightstream. Do you know Lightstream, Merrick?
I do not know Lightstream. No, I've heard of it.
Yeah, Lightstream is basically this overlay service for people who stream from their consoles. So they can just pop open a little website and then put a webcam there and some, I don't know, text and animated things, and then stream from their console to Lightstream, and then they put the little overlays on top of it, which is cool. I've used that in the past, actually, for barely things where I tried streaming from my phone to Mixer. That was fine. And guess what? Well, actually, Streamlabs has Streamlabs Studio. And if you look at a screenshot of what Lightstream have tweeted, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it up a bit so it's not obvious you copied. And then there's a screenshot. Yeah, now the intro makes sense, doesn't it? Wow. So smart. The Lightstream page headline says, level up your Xbox and PlayStation streams. Automatically add overlays, alerts, and other media every time you go live. Streamlabs Studio, the website says, level up your console streams. Automatically add overlays, alerts, and other media every time you go live. Are we seeing a pattern yet? Next point is, how does it work? On the Lightstream side again, activate. Set your console to stream to Lightstream instead of directly to your channel. Personalize. Use Lightstream to select your game source and design your stream. And stream. Livestream layers on your overlays automatic. Wait, what? Lightstream. Oh, okay. Layers on your overlays automatically whenever you go live. And then on the Streamlabs side again, I'm going to also read this. How does it work? Activate. Set your console to stream to Streamlabs Studio instead of directly to your channel. Personalize. Use Streamlabs Studio to select your game source and design your stream. Stream. Streamlabs Studio layers on your overlays automatically whenever you go live. Are we seeing a pattern yet? Are we seeing it? Do you notice, everybody?
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. You know what? OBS has never made a streaming screen capture software for like Google Play or I believe Mac, maybe. I haven't been on the Apple Store in a while. But when you look at Streamlabs' mobile streaming service, have you ever seen the ratings on that? It's absolutely horrid because they tried to do something themselves. So it's bad.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You get the point that basically everything on that website, we're going to have this tweet linked in the show description, by the way, so you definitely should look at this. It's basically the same thing, including the reviews. I'm going to read one review right here, which says, Lightstream is literally one of the greatest things I've ever discovered. Thank you so much for making it so easy. And then on the Streamlabs side, it says Streamlabs Studio is literally one of the greatest things I've ever discovered. Thank you so much for making it easy. And they've even copied the reviews. Why would you do this? Why would you copy even the reviews? My God. And then if you go back to the tweet by Lightstream and you scroll down, little Elgato pops up. And Elgato make this product that they call the Stream Deck, right? Which is a little pad with like buttons on it, and you can customize the buttons. The buttons will have displays behind them, so you can put like text or icons on there. And then when you push the buttons, something happens. I don't know, a sound plays, or you switch your scenes or something else like that. Well, it's a good product by Elgato. I like it. Doesn't have Linux software. That sucks. But other than that, it's great. And guess what? There also is the Streamlabs Stream Deck app, which is just an app and is literally a Stream Deck, but as an app. And Elgato just tweeted "know that feel" and then a screenshot of control your live stream from your phone with Streamlabs Stream Deck. Like, have they ever done anything original? Streamlabs? Like, what are you doing? Why?
That's marketing, baby. That's how you do it.
That's not marketing. That's how you get... Wait, how much did Logitech buy them for? Yeah, that's how you get $89 million in cash by copying OBS's code and putting Streamlabs in front of it and then adding like 2 more features.
I'm surprised anyone is just now saying something about it, though. That's what's confusing me.
Yeah, this happens seemingly very often in like modern society. Nobody says anything, and then once somebody comes out, everybody does. I don't blame anybody for that except for Streamlabs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this, but apparently they also essentially fired their whole marketing team because the marketing team thought all of this was too aggressive and too copied. Which is insane because usually the marketing team is like the one coming up with the insane things. But no.
Wow.
A lot of big streamers are now saying that they will stop using Streamlabs tools.
Yeah, Pokimane wants her face off unless they do something about it.
Yeah. Which I think is good because if I knew the thing that I was working with was just copying everything else, I wouldn't work with them if I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it may have been just different enough that people didn't notice for a while. It had a few features that OBS was lacking at the time. And with their website adding like alert boxes and things like that to your stream and stuff like that, that was, that was something different at the time. Now there's a lot of sites that do it though.
Yeah, I mean, alerts aren't
You
the
could say
problem, though.
Stream Elements are doing the same thing that Streamlabs is as well.
I don't.
So
Well,
the only originality Streamlabs had was taken by Stream Elements.
I don't think that's even true, though, because actually, if you look
I have
at,
no idea if it's true,
if you
but
look at,
I
where
didn't
is
hear
it?
about them until recently.
I just saw the screenshot of where Stream Elements announced the emote overlay, the animated emote overlay, where if somebody posts an emote, it like animates and flies across the screen. Where
Yeah.
apparently Stream Elements had this in 2017, and then this other screenshot of Streamlabs announcing the same thing, but like 2 years later or something. So
Oh, there you
I'm
go. I
already
didn't hear
like,
of
holy
Stream
crap.
Elements until this year. So, yeah. Streamlabs taken from everybody then.
Stream Elements. Let's actually see.
Trying to
Founded.
become the big stream superpower
Stream Elements
with
is
no real
founded in
work.
2016. Let me see when Streamlabs is from. Oh, okay. Streamlabs is actually from 2014. Fair enough. But the concept of alerts and the concept of a stream deck and the concept of OBS, those are
Yeah.
fine to take and make your own thing. But do not call it the stream deck and do not call it OBS.
Yeah.
That's the point that sucks.
That's apparent brand thievery.
Especially that they even filed a trademark for Streamlabs OBS. That's that's like actually just a dick move at that point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be happy. I mean, everyone's all but abandoned it anyway, for the most part. At least the website, I think. Most people I see are using something else at this point, usually Stream Elements. And I convince as many people as I can to switch to OBS Studio instead of Streamlabs because it saves, a touch of CPU power.
I don't think a lot of people use Stream Elements because Stream Elements only have 60,000 followers on Twitter and Streamlabs has 379,000.
Well, I see a lot of people stream Elements now. But yeah, like I said, it was only this year that it kind of started to rise up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're not bought by Logitech, then your company stays small. I'm actually signing into Stream Elements right now because they have a Trovo beta, which I didn't even know. And that's pretty cool because Trovo.live/Silas TV. I never stream.
One
literally.
more Elements user. Let's go. Potentially.
Now, talking about Stream Elements, I think it's very much fair to mention that Stream Elements have something that's called OBS.live.
Oh.
But as a contrast to Streamlabs OBS, when you just type in OBS, you don't get any ads for OBS.live.
I did see OBS.live in Twitch's stream tools, though, which I actually thought was OBS Studio. I thought it was OBS.
And on another note, actually, OBS.live is only a plugin for normal OBS Studio. So you need normal OBS Studio anyways for OBS Live. Plus, on Stream Elements part, yesterday they've already tweeted that they are working with the OBS team to update the name. So we'll get a new one in a few weeks. And this is different anyways, because this is not a standalone
if it's
thing.
cohesive with someone else's program,
Yeah,
in addition to help them, if anything. I think that's good. That's fine.
Very, very simple. Very simple. Just a plugin to get all the features that Stream Elements has right into OBS with one single installation. That's a smart idea. Calling it OBS Live, I don't know. That's not that good. But if you look at their website, it just says like the only OBS plugin you need to become a streaming legend. That's fine. OBS Live, the plugin legends are made of. They are very clear. And this is not a different product, not a separate thing. So I think this is actually mostly fine. But they're changing the name anyways, which is great. I'm going to leave a like on that tweet on that.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Even if the name didn't change there, it's clear that you need OBS to work it anyway. It's basically just, this is a simple way to implement it into this, so that's fine.
Thank you, everybody, for being around, listening to our moderately good podcast. I am hoping that this time the quality is a lot better because, well, we have basically professional tools now. We're not using Discord and one recording channel like we did before, which was very bad.
And this time we came in semi-prepared, unlike last time. We actually prepared twice
the last
because
episode also was a bit. yeah, we had
our old stuff was old news by the time we got to it.
Yeah.
We're
eventually going to come around to finding a good schedule, probably bi-weekly is my goal for now. But we'll see if we can actually make that happen. I think we can. We just need to try harder.
Yeah, hopefully. There's a lot of stuff coming up. I got Spanksgiving coming up with the fam and holidays and all that. So if we don't get to you before then, I wish you all a happy holiday, and I appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Do we really though? I mean, okay, yes.
Oh, burn! Always.
That's a joke. Don't be angry, people. Come back in 2 weeks for more probably slightly outdated tech news. Have a good rest of your week.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
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 Do we have Jeopardy music for when I come back in?
No, this is not even in the fucking thing.
Play the Jeopardy music! Just standing in a corner. Play the Jeopardy.
We don't have music. No.
Play the Jeopardy music.
We don't have rights for that even. That's not even Jeopardy music. What are you even doing? Hello and welcome to this great interruption. Yes, I'm very sorry. I've cut through your podcast now because I need to tell you, please follow my Twitter account at WatchSilence TV. America's also here, actually. I've brought him into the break. He's refusing to talk now because he thinks it's funny.
Oh, I just don't have Twitter. Yeah, I just don't have a Twitter.
No, okay.
Don't worry.
No, well, you can find it if you want, listeners.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
He doesn't use it. Neither do I, actually. Nowadays, but you can follow it. Thank you.